Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Life Behind the Sticks. How you doing, my G4 family? How you doing today? So in today's episode, what we're going to do is we're going to show you how a little piece of rubber like this can change your entire gaming experience for life. Yes, that's right, for life. I'm sure you're very curious. So let's get into it and let's do it. Okay, so let me take you back in the mists of times, back to 2012, 2013. So, what was that so important for G4? Well, that's when I bought and made the conversion over to Xbox, and I bought my Xbox 360. And around 2013 is the first time that I really seriously dabbled in an online shooter. Amazing, I know, but I was a little bit late to the party, so to speak. So I dabbled in what would now be considered a PvP environment, and I absolutely sucked. I was awful. I was absolutely awful at it. But I was a noob, so hey, you know, it's to be expected. So this is where a quest started for me, a long-term quest that goes on till this day, and that quest was that I didn't want to suck at the game, I wanted to improve. It had something for me. I enjoyed playing that environment, and I wanted to do everything I could to improve how I played the game. And so, like we all do, I hopped onto YouTube and, you know, just spent hours and hours trolling through all kinds of advice and tutorials and all kinds of stuff. So through that process, I actually came across, I think it was Exclusive Ace, talking about Control Freaks, and it kind of piqued my interest in it. Shortly afterwards, I actually purchased my first set of Control Freaks, and it was a game changer, guys. It was an absolute game changer. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk a little bit about how Control Freaks work, what they are, and we're going to do a wee bit of science. Yes, we are. G4 Scientist is back, and we're going to talk a little bit about the science of how this works. But I can tell you, if you try this, and it is a very inexpensive product as well, by the way, very simple to apply. If you do this, you're going to find a huge benefit depending on the type of game that you're playing. So what are Control Freaks? Well, I can show you this. This is a Control Freak. This is the sniper pack, and you can see you get two, one for each stick. Well, it's kind of handy, isn't it? You get two of these. So what happens is they do come in different sizes and configurations, and you probably can't see this very clearly, but these are two different sizes, and we're going to talk about the different sizes and why they're important in a second. But essentially what this also has is it's got it comes in concave and convex, and it is very, very grippy. It gives you a good grip on your thumbstick. But I think the best way of showing you this is to go over to the Gaming for XP workshop, and I'll show you my Xbox controller, because even though I don't use Control Freaks on my Xbox controller anymore, the logic of why I use Control Freaks is still present. And I know that's all very mysterious, but it will all be explained and all become apparent in a second. So we moved over to the desk in Gaming for XP headquarters, and you can see there is my current Xbox controller. I have tried to clean it up a little bit because, yeah, one of the problems with gaming is you do get a little bit of grime and stuff accumulating on your controller. So I gave it a bit of a wash, a bit of a spruce up for this video, and you'll see it really, there's no real anything that looks real special about it at this point until you do this, and you'll see very clearly that the stick heights are different. Now with this controller, this is an Elite controller, Elite 2 controller, you can actually just, I think I've showed you this before, these just kind of magnetize, so these pop in and out of let's see if we can get a better angle with this. These just pop in and out. But essentially, this is the same logic as Control Freaks, is having a height difference in your sticks, and you'll see my right stick is much higher than my left stick. And we're going to explain the science behind this, because when you buy Control Freaks, you can actually buy different heights. And let's just put these down on the desk like this, and you will hopefully be able to see the height difference. Let's bring them a little bit further forward for you. There we go. So you can see there's quite a height. And again, this would be the configuration I was using with my 360 controller and my Xbox One controller, one on the right and one on the left, Tor on the right. So why would you do that, G4? What is the secret to this? Well, let's hop over to the Control Freeks website, and it explains it in a little bit more detail. So here we are at Control Freeks website, and this talks about 3 different things and the science behind how Control Freeks work. So number 1, they improve the comfort. Thumbsticks are levers that decrease the amount of force required when moving in and out of the dead zone. So your hand's going to feel less tired. This less force means less work for the muscles on your wrist, hand and thumb. Improved overall control and comfort. The second point is improved control, and this is really some of the game changers, both improved control and improved accuracy. Thumbsticks add height, which allows you to benefit from increased arc distance and increased control. So you can see, depending on what height you use, it's going to determine how much of a control on arc. So increased arc distance means a larger field of movement for fine-tuning your aim and allowing you to snap to targets faster and more precisely. And then improved accuracy. The thumbstick adds height, also increases your precision for maximum shot accuracy to improve your kill-death ratio. It increases your in-game sensitivity for quicker, more controlled moving to level up your game, and it won't let you down at crucial moments. So, all very interesting. So, incidentally, this is this is not a sponsored video in any way, shape or form. I don't have any sponsorship from Control Freeks. Although, if you're watching this video, which is highly unlikely, you could give me a code or something for my subs. I know a lot of content providers actually have discount codes for Control Freeks, because there are a lot of people who use these. But anyway, that's not me, so I just want to make that clear at the bat. So, okay, so you've heard the science. How does this actually work in real life? Well, I have my PlayStation controller, you can see, and it has a Control Freak on the right stick. So generally these days I don't even bother about the left stick, I only worry about the right stick. So I'm going to show you how this works. I'm going to bring this real close, and basically what happens is these just pop off and onto the stick, and you just push them down like that and they're applied. Very simple way of doing it. There you go. I can do it with one hand like that, and you can hear it just clicks in. We'll try and do that a little bit closer for you, just so you can see this. You just put this over the stick and click it down, and it seats itself. You got to make sure that you make the click now. So now, one thing I will say to you, once you've kind of put these on your controller, this is going to feel a little bit strange when you first use it, because you're not used to having a stick height that's a little bit higher. So it is going to feel a little bit weird, and I generally found for about the first gaming session that I did with these on, when I first started using them all the way back in 2013, 2014, however long it was ago, that that is absolutely true. And depending on how you've got them configured, whether you have 2, 1, whatever, it is going to feel a little bit weird. You get a game session in under your belt, you'll probably start to just not even realize these things are actually on your controller. So just be ready for that little bit of weirdness. Now, the reason I've got this on my PlayStation controller is I think you guys probably have watched that video on Ghost Recon Wildlands, where I was struggling a little bit with the aim. and I used a lot of the configurations within, or settings within Ghost Wildlands, Recon Wildlands on the PlayStation to try and alleviate my accuracy and my aim, but then I just felt that I needed to add a little bit more finesse, and so that's why I have it on this controller here. If you are buying these for your own controller, make sure somewhere on the package there, or when you're buying them, just make sure that they are compatible with the the console or control that you have, because there are different configurations for PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4 controls, Xbox 360, Xbox One controllers. I think they have a slightly wider radius. I think sometimes the stick configuration could be a little bit different on these different controllers, so just make sure that you find one that's going to be compatible with the system and the controller that you are using. Now let's go back over to Control Freeks website, and I'll talk you through the different sizes and some of the popular Control Freeks out there, because there are a number of these, and then we'll finish up the video. So here we are at the Control Freeks website, and I will leave a description, I will leave a link down below in the description with this website in place. So there are so much information here that you have to kind of navigate, so I'd just take your time. The main thing you want is your thumbsticks here. And you can see you can go through PS4, PS5, Xbox S, Series SS, Xbox One, etc, etc. And there's all kinds of different configurations for shooters, battle royale, action, adventure, etc. So a whole lot of different ones here that you can choose. I mean, they do all kinds of stuff. They do grips for your controllers, do all kinds of stuff here. So with the Control Freeks, you can see it, you can get into this thing here, and it will go through shop performance thumbsticks, shop whatever you need, and it will go take you through. You've got a fit for PlayStation, fit for Xbox. You just click into that, and it will give you a whole list of these and different configurations. There are some that are more popular than others. And it also explains you might get different heights in the pack, etc. Whether they're concave, whether they're like a hybrid which has a printed pattern on it, whether they're convex, etc, etc. So a lot of information there. Take your time, go through it all, and just find the ones that are going to work for you. Now there is a buyer's guide as well. And it talks about the different heights. So there's 3 different heights to choose from. So you have the high rise, mid rise, and low rise. So the ones that we've showed you today are high rise and low rise sizes, but there's one in between. It then talks about convex and concave, and it also talks a little bit about your hand size and getting the right Control Freak that fits your hand. So go through, read all of that, and then you can start to hunt for the actual Control Freaks that suit your particular requirements. So there you go, guys. That's all I have to tell you about Control Freeks, and another successful episode of Life Behind the Sticks. Yay! I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's been informative, and it maybe gives you a new idea for something that you haven't considered before. I love Control Freeks. I've been using them for years, as I've said earlier, and they really do give me a benefit when I am gaming. If you have any ideas or anything that you'd like me to cover in this segment going forward, please let me know in the comments down below, and I'm happy to try and do videos that will help you. If you have any questions on Control Freeks or anything else we've covered in Life behind the sticks, please let me know. Like ratings, always appreciated. It really does help the channel more than you would understand. And if you're not subscribed and you want to keep up to date on everything that's Gaming XP, hit that big red button, ring the bell, and life should be good. Okay guys, thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time on Gaming for XP. See ya!